All right, all right, all right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to...
My first NBA game. Can't believe it's finally here. You work your entire life for something, and then when it's right in front of you, it's...
Alarms go off when I enter the building.
A wonderfully symmetrical skyline you have to love downtown Detroit. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Ready to go? Coming in off the road, the Pistons are back in Detroit for this game. And this game, the first chance they've had to see. For Morris, Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope, and it's Jennings in for Reggie Jackson. And a moment happening right now, folks, and the fulfillment of a lifelong dream, a special individual taking to the hardwood as we'll get to watch the first official NBA appearance from Baker.
Yeah, and whether he has friends and family in the crowd tonight or watching at home, I know a lot of people are proud of this young man. He's worked so hard to achieve this goal.
Yeah, and the future's bright for him, Greg. Not just tonight and not just this season, but for years to come.
So on the floor for Utah, Exum and Hood are the young guard tandem. Withy is out there with Booker, and it's Baker in at the 3 spot. And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor, and Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
Well, with Freak, Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's put in a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
Good D by Johnson.
And guys, Brandon Jennings last season looked like he was finally becoming more efficient. He shot at the upper range of his career field goal percentage from 3 and the free throw line. And then suddenly the Achilles ended his season at 41 games played. Really unfortunate.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Johnson sends the screen for Jennings. Here's Baines, defended by Booker. And Baines kicks to Meeks. 6 on the shot clock. And that misses. That would have put him up.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
No, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Jennings passes to Baines. Meeks dishes to Drummond. 13 feet away. No luck. Well, earlier we sat down with Freak and asked him about playing in his first NBA game. You know, Clark, you don't see that kind of perspective for most rookies, do you?
You really don't, Kevin. I mean, I really like his approach to the game. What remains to be seen.
A different look here for the Pistons. Andre Drummond's checked in for Ilyasova. Johnson comes in for Morris. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And it's Jennings in for Reggie Jackson. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Withy's checked in for Gobert. Freak comes in for Gordon Hayward. Hood checked in for Alec Burks, and it's Dante Exum in for Burke. So on the floor for Utah, Exum and Hood are the young guard tandem. Favors is out there with Freak, and it's Withy in at the 5, roaming the paint. They set the pick. Jennings kicks to Meeks. Just 5 to shoot. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Johnson outside. There's the 3. Cannot hit. So Utah will take it the other way. Well, what a second half of the season it was for the Jazz. After the All-Star break, they went on a rampage.
And the catalyst for that.
And that's the very first basket right there, folks, of what is hopefully a very long and a very prosperous career from Baker.
Yeah, and he's playing it cool right now, but let me tell you, I'm sure that basket means the world to him. There's nothing like the first one.
My thought is he's probably just happy to have it out of the way. I mean, no more waiting and wondering when it'll come. Those first points are finally in the rearview mirror.
Here's Jennings. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And for the Jazz and their defense post-All-Star break, it helped them in their big second half run. How about a 422 field goal percentage against after the break?
It's stolen by Johnson. And here we go. Fast break. Jennings has got it. There's 38 seconds left in the first half of the game.
And, you know, you were talking about the field goal percentage against for the Jazz. It was the 3rd best in the league after the All-Star break. That's field goal percentage defense. They allowed the fewest points in the NBA after the break as well.
And, guys, Brandon Jennings, some people love his chaotic game. Some can't stand it. One of the more polarizing talents in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever shoot for an efficient percentage or become a lockdown defender, Kevin. He's an offensive catalyst. He pushes the action, and he'll go on scoring binges, but I think he does more good than bad with his style of play.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Jennings with another miss.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
And so it's a close game as we... We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Detroit. Jennings comes in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Jazz.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight, Clark, they had both.
They sure did. I mean, the ball was moving and guys were knocking down shots.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Burks. There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Jennings runs the point with Jackson flanking him. Jody Meeks out there with Marcus Morris. And it's Drummond in at the 5. That's the group for Detroit right now. Baker passes to Exum. Feeds it to Freak. Shot, high post, misses the shot. And so it's Utah easily grabbing.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Our Jordan Player of the Game.